Welcome back to another fun-filled show. I am your host. He is Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka Blanche Stradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. Today's title is The Eve Diet and the Fall of the Black Woman, Part 2. The Eve Diet and the Fall of the Black Woman, Part 2. Now, I received a comment on my last video, and the person told me that when I was describing Eve, that was pre-sin. Therefore, Eve couldn't have did anything wrong because it was pre-sin. He said that the Bible says that the devil deceived Eve. He said the Bible says that the devil deceived Eve. I just want to find that actual scripture. Deceived. Hold on. I'll look for another scripture. I'm sorry. Let me get this scripture real quick. Okay. So let's go to this chapter 3 in Genesis. And let's see. Now, this person is basically saying that either Eve didn't sin or she didn't have any ill intent. And my question is it possible for me to have a bad intention and still be deceived? I would venture to say that most people that have bad intentions still get deceived because they're trying to get over. But let me hold on. Here we go. Thank you. Who was that in the chat? Thank you so much. Thank you, Rechurched TV. Thank you so much. Let me read this, and then I'm gonna go back to Genesis 3. Thank you. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Let's go back and we'll look up what transgression is, just so we can know what the scripture is talking about. Transgression, according to the Bible, is the act of violating a law or moral rule, often a command from God. So a transgression is voluntary. That means even though you're deceived, when you act on your deception, that's a transgression because God told you not to do something. I said the reason that Eve considered the fruit is because what the devil said the fruit would do. That's what made the fruit appealing to her. Then I said, well, the reason she gave it to Adam was one or two reasons. Either she gave it to Adam because she wanted to see what would happen if he ate the fruit, or she gave it to Adam to not have done wrong by herself. Either way, it's not good. So I want to go to Genesis 3 because I want to make the scriptures foolish proof, because you all want to be foolish when I'm talking about black women. So I'll make it foolish proof. Now let's go to Let's go to Genesis 3. Okay, Genesis chapter 3, verse 13. And the Lord said unto the woman, what is it? What is this thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. So not only did Adam not take accountability, but Eve didn't either. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast and of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and the dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heels. Talking about Christ. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So again, the woman got a punishment for what she did. So if Eve was deceived, then why did God punish her? If she got beguiled and deceived by the serpent, then why did God punish her? I will tell you, because a person can have bad intentions and also still be deceived. Deception doesn't mean that you're in right standing and you get deceived. You can be a manipulative person and still get deceived. Deception is all about somebody presenting something to you that's appealing. It could be anybody or anything. So again, just because she got deceived, just because she got beguiled, that doesn't mean that she didn't have bad intentions. Why? Because for her actions, she got punished. That means that God held Eve to a standard. That means that God does not care if you get deceived or you get beguiled. You know why? Because God cares about you being disobedient. God cares about you being disobedient. So deception doesn't give you an excuse, and being beguiled doesn't give you an excuse. So again, if deception and beguiled mattered, then God would not have punished Eve. But God punished Eve because he held her to a standard, as if she wasn't beguiled or if she wasn't deceived. You know why? Because God knows the heart and God knows her intent, and that's why she got punished. Thank you. Somebody just said it, Tierra. God knows the heart. That's why she got punished. Now, I know you all want a cape for the queens, but not today. Now, to my detractors, you all are asking people, not me, you're asking other people. You're asking about me talking about where this stuff come from, and you're asking about solutions. Well, first of all, where these things come from is a decay in a person's moral character. So what I'm saying is that people give way to sin because there are areas in their life where they lack character. That's so the reason why Black women have fallen so hard for feminism is because they wanted to fall hard for feminism. There have been plenty of women in the world that wanted to get on their soapbox and let the world know how great they were, but they thought about it. I don't want to make my husband upset. I don't want to ruin my family. You see, these urges that normal people have, a lot of times they were curtailed by the virtue and character of the woman. But the problem with Black women is that Black women have an itchy ear. So when Black women have those same urges, there's a system around Black people, communism, globalism, socialism. There were organized groups of people that were around Black people, and what they were doing was they were seeing the flaws in Black people. They didn't see the plight of the Negro, as you all believe. They saw the flaws in the character of Black people, and they said, we can exploit that. We can exploit that. Why? Because Black people already had a subculture in America that was already depraved. So these communists and these globalists and these Marxists, they saw those flaws and they said, we can use that to fight against America, because the goal was to destroy America. And they found the perfect crash out dummies, which are Black people. Now, again, other groups of people have these same problems. The difference is that these groups of people weren't targeted by these outside forces. So in other words, the reason why these outside forces targeted Black folks in the first place was because Black people have a serious problem with elevating those in the community that are of low character, low virtue, low standard, and just depraved. That's been a problem with Black people for a very long time. And since you all want to call yourselves the chosen people, since you all say you were the first, since you all say you were the children of Israel, I want you to go back and see how they behave. Just go read the 10 Commandments so you can get an understanding of how Black folks were behaving. Black folks were so bad that Moses asked God to kill him. That's how bad you all were, since you all want to claim it. So let's go to the 10 Commandments so we can see what Black folks were doing, since you all call yourselves the chosen people. Y'all are the Hebrews. Y'all are the Israelites. Let's see. Okay, I don't know why this is not coming up. Let me try it again. I don't know why it's not coming up. All right, let me try it. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Okay, y'all saying yes. I don't know what's wrong with my internet. I can't go to the website. I don't know what's wrong with it. Let me just do this. I'll just do this. Let me do this. I don't know why this thing ain't working, but maybe this will work. Okay. So this is what Black people were doing way back in the biblical days. Now, you know that Moses created the 10 Commandments because Black people were doing these things. So he had to say that you all can't do these things anymore. So this is where Black culture actually comes from, since you all want to claim it. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I'm sorry. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water underneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. I shew mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath day, is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in the 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it, sorry. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. So if you want to know and you're curious where this stuff stems from, it stems from then. Way back in the Garden of Eden, because you all say the first people were black. So if Adam was black and Eve was black, then that means, as a wise woman once told me, that black people are the closest to original sin. That means that black people were the first, they were the first people to come up with the idea of sin, disobeying God. So that means that is by this time, a part of you all's genetics. So you all may have a genetic disposition to be sinful. It may be in your genetics, at least in your nature. If we go back and read the Bible, and you all say that y'all people in the Bible, if we go throughout the Bible, the children of Israel, God's children, God's people, were the most wicked and depraved people in the book. So if you want to know where it stems from, that is the root. Don't ask anybody about it. Come ask me about it so I can tell you. Don't ask somebody. Ask me so I can give you the rundown on where this black culture, depraved character, low morality, low character, where it actually comes from. If we take the 10 Commandments today and we just place the 10 Commandments next to black culture, how much is black culture in violation of the 10 Commandments? I would say all of it. So don't ask anybody where it comes from. I'm telling you where it comes from. It comes from the Bible. So if you have any questions, any of my detractors, then come to me. Ask me, and I will share with you where I get all this stuff from. And I have a sneaking feeling that when I tell you where this stuff's come from, you're not going to want to hear it. I got a feeling when I tell you all what a solution is for this, you're not going to want to hear it. Somehow, some way, you're asking me for something, but I just feel like deep down inside, you're not going to want to hear it. But let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Where's my folder? Here we go. Here we go.
Overweight or obese. But most Black women are overweight or obese. Well, you know why? Because you can't afford a gym membership for them. And they would rather eat than be with a broke man. They would rather sit down and prepare a meal for their kids and their family and eat and get fat because y'all aren't worth being skinny for. What we gonna be looking good and snatched for? To go get some coffee? Oh, I got to go to the gym. I might get invited out for some coffee tomorrow. Let me go get my brows waxed so I can get this coffee. Ooh, girl, I gotta go. I can't. I'm fasting, girl. I'm going to Applebee's tomorrow. What do we have to be skinny for? Y'all ain't taking us nowhere where we got to fit into something to look extra good. Y'all ain't taking us to no fundraiser. We ain't going to no gala. Y'all ain't getting no private jets to jet us off. Y'all ain't surprising us with plane tickets nowhere where we got to be snatched.
Now imagine her standard for having a healthier lifestyle is what a man is going to spend his money on. I was talking with someone about white women today, and I said, white women age a lot faster than probably most groups of women. So white women see mortality a lot sooner, meaning that white women start to see themselves getting older at a younger age because they watch their mothers. So they know when they get to their 30s, it's pretty much going to be, an uphill battle on keeping themselves looking youthful. So, but in life, there is a give and there's a take, and there's balance. So because white women see mortality earlier, they are more closer to the truth. They are more closer to the actual truth. They are less delusional than your average black woman, because black women start to break down looking older in probably their 40s. If they take care of themselves in their 40s, mid 40s, late 40s. But if black women keep themselves together, they can look good all the way until their 50s and 60s if they try hard. So they have better genetics, but there's a give and take. To whom much is given, that much more is required. So where the white women may look older in the face, they make up for with character, with honor, with virtue, because they can see the truth clearer. They see the importance of a man and a family. Black women, on the other hand, since they don't have that, then they have all day to play. They think they have all day to play. You heard what she said. Why would we be in shape if we're going to go get coffee? Why would we need to be in shape if we're not going anywhere? We need to be snatched. If you go to the gym, any gym in America, your average gym, majority white women in the gym. I done seen white women have children, get big as a house, come back to the gym and lose it all. You know why? Because they respect their husband. I done seen black women not have a child, get big as a house, and add an extra room. You know why? Because they don't respect black men at all. And you hear it in her voice. You hear what she's saying. Why would I put my best foot forward if y'all ain't breaking bread? Prostitution mindset. Now, I know this woman right here talks crazy, but she has a man. He's a simp, beta cuck. We already know that black men are POWs, prisoners of war, prisoners of wrath, prisoners of the weave, prisoner of the wig. Black men are POWs. They are prisoners of war, prisoners of wrath, prisoners of weaves, and prisoners of wigs. That is your average black man dating a black woman or married to a black woman. If you don't believe me, the next time you're out in public, you see a black man with his woman, look in his eyes. Look into his eyes and tell me what you see. Don't look at the couple. Look into his eyes and tell me what you see. I guarantee you won't see a soul. Now look in her eyes and you're going to see two souls. You're going to see her and you're going to see his soul tied up, being tortured. So again, the white women may look older, but life is about balance. Black women may look better longer, but life is about balance. And according to the data, the most undesirable women in the dating market are black women. And it's not because they're black, and it's not because of how they look. It's because of their attitude. You're expecting a sensible man to listen to you all talk about black men crazy, and then say, you know what? I want a wife that. You're insane. You are insane. You think these other men want to listen to you all's representations of Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett, Joy Reid, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Lizzo, Big Mike. Look who represents you all. Maxine Waters. Like, look who represents Black women. You think the average man wants to deal with that? No. The Black man will deal with it because his spirit is broken. A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A hero dies but once. Black men are walking around here with 1,000 cuts. The Black man has died 1,000 times. And it's not because of racism. It's not because of the white man. It's because when God charged him to walk in his purpose, the Black man said no. That's all. It's not deep. It ain't drawn out. It ain't nothing. Ain't the government. Ain't no conspiracy plot. When God said, this is your purpose, I need you to walk out into it because I've given you a measure of faith, the Black man said, nah, I don't want to do it. So I don't blame Black women's critique of Black men, but I have to every so often remind Black women where they are as well. And they are last when it comes to being married. Last, literally. They get married the least, divorced the most. Black women.
Y'all trying to take us to Applebee's into your mama house.
So again, it is just a lack of respect for Black men. Not saying that it's not warranted, but what I've found with Black women is that Black women don't know how to pick a good man. So when Black women are critiquing Black men, they are literally critiquing all Black men. I've talked to a lot of Black women in my life, and I have yet to meet a Black woman that's out in the dating market and making good decisions. I haven't seen it. And when I say good decision, I mean picking the man that you need, not the one that you want, picking the man that you need. I would tell a man the same thing. Pick the woman that you need, not the one you want, but the one that you need. Let's continue. And listen, I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm not these spineless, weak Black men like your Umar Johnsons and your Brother Polites and your young Pharaohs and your Rashad Jamals and all of them, your Hoteps and your 19 sleeves, your what's your boy's name? Riza Islam. I ain't them. I'm not them. I'm gonna tell you the truth because I love you. And I want y'all to be married. And I want you to be married. I want you to fulfill God's purpose for your life. So I'm gonna tell you the truth. And the reason why y'all are failing is not because of the way you look, child. It is because of your character as a woman. That's why you are failing. You aren't honorable. You are not honorable because honor says, at worst case scenario, I'm going to sit myself down and wait for my husband. Y'all want to go out there singing the song Who Runs the World. Listen to bald-headed Beyonce. And she married to a whole industry demon in Jay-Z. But who run the world, right? Okay. Both of them are demons, by the way. But okay. Let's continue.
Worked out to stay in shape, but I never, when you young, I was always small. So I didn't have to work out. Nobody told me that, oh, when you get in your 30s, baby, that weight gonna stick. You ain't gonna be small. But because we didn't learn those habits to get up, like I see white people, even in my neighborhood, out early in the morning running around the block. Did you grow up in your household and see any of your parents go outside and run around the block early in the morning?
I want to go
They
outside.
didn't go. Nobody
You
taught us
ain't
to
know
do
if
that.
somebody was gonna be shooting or not.
Yeah, so we don't learn it
outside.
until we are overweight, and then you do have to figure out how to lose it. So now you trying to figure out how to lose the weight as an adult with habits you never built growing up. You having to rebuild your whole habit system.
But I will say now, hey, we got the information, right? We got the information. Keep the junk out of the house. If it ain't healthy, keep it out the house. If it's really processed, keep it out the house. We can't lean on, well, our parents said eat everything on a plate. At some point, we need to change the narrative.
With our children.
Yeah, we gotta be the change because it's our health. It's the health of our children. Stop drinking pop. You know, stop with the flaming hots. Like you know that's bad for you, but we just be like, oh, I love that. Like, come on, man.
I'm just saying the bad be good.
I'm gonna play the first part one more
I knew
time.
people worked out to stay in shape, but I never. When you young, I was always small, so I didn't have to work out. Nobody told me that. Oh, when you get in your 30s, baby, that weight gonna stick. You ain't gonna be small. But because we didn't learn those habits to get up, like I see white people even in my neighborhood out early in the morning running around the block. We didn't. Did you grow up in your household and see
Running around
any
the
of your
block?
parents go outside and run around the block early in the morning?
I want to go
They
outside.
didn't go. Nobody
You
taught
ain't
us to
know
do
if
that.
somebody was gonna be shooting or not.
Yeah, so we don't learn it
outside.
until we are overweight, and then you do have to figure out how to lose it. So now you trying to figure out how to lose the weight as an adult with habits you never built growing up. You have.
I'll give you all an easy tip to lose weight. Stop eating. Stop eating. Prudence said, this bride married her Boaz thanks to insight shared by Blanche. True story. 9 months married to my godly mister. We have a success story here. Thank you, Prudence, so much. Thank you. If you have a problem with your diet, stop eating. Everything you like to eat, don't eat it. How simple. Everything that you like eating, don't eat it anymore. Simple. So that means all of your favorites, cut them all out. So no more brunch, no more mimosas, endless, no more 10-piece all flat lemon pepper, fries, extra ranch, lemon tea, lemonade, iced tea mix, sweet tea mix. No more cakes, cookies, snacks, no more ribs, pork chops, bacon. Cut it out. Hamburgers, cheeseburgers, double bacon cheeseburgers, fries, donuts. Come on, I know what y'all eat. Ice cream. Come on. Blanche, I barely eat. Not at 260. But Blanche, I promise I barely. Not at 270. You can tell them they're not me. You got to be able to sustain that weight. You can't sustain 270 without eating. You can't sustain that weight. Thank you, Prudence, and congratulations on being married 9 months. There is hope, ladies. God is real. And your Boaz is out there. But you're going to have to be Ruth. Your Boaz is out there, but you're going to have to be Ruth. Neek said she got her 10,000 steps in today. Now, Neek is single, but she got her 10,000 steps in today. That's 10,000 steps closer to a husband. Today's title is The Eve Diet and the Fall of the Black Woman, Part 2. Quay said, I'm 5'4", 134, fit and fabulous. Thank you, Quay. Thank you, Quay, for not being obese. Thank you for valuing your temple that God gave you. Thank you. Thank you, Quay, for being an example. For not being like Lizzo. So if you guys are questioning what you should do when it comes to stop eating what you like. Stop drinking juice. Cut the alcohol out. Matter of fact, I'll do a diet with you all. Y'all want to do 3 weeks? 3 weeks, no sweets, no juice, no. Y'all want to do that? I'll do it with y'all. See how many folks sign up for that, huh? See how many folks sign up for that, huh? Let's continue.
Generally don't apologize. They can't be wrong. They won't admit when they got something wrong. And because of this, men just feel like that they are always having to take accountability. If he does anything wrong, then she's always going to say something. She's always going to go off. He's always got to apologize. But if he says something about what she did, it's going to become an hours-long conversation just in
Uncommon favor. Do not tell these women to eat what they like. No. No, Black women lead the nation in obesity. There's no more eating what you like. Them days are over with. Eat what you don't like. So if you're going to cook your food, it better not be your favorite. It better not nothing be smothered, scattered, or covered. So no, you can't eat what you want to eat. Them days are over with. Y'all lead the nation in obesity. That's what eating what you want to eat got you. Now, we done seen shows like My 600-Pound Life. And plenty of women, 600 plus pounds, cook their own food. Matter of fact, they so fat and lazy, they frying chicken in the bed. So no, you can't eat what you want. I've seen the women fry chicken laying down in the bed. No, you can't eat what you want to eat. I don't care if you cook it at all. I don't care. I said don't eat. I said fast and pray. Drink some water. You missing a few meals ain't gonna hurt. Just like a camel stores water in its hump, you all store food in your back. So y'all can afford to not eat all the time. You'll be all right. Trust me. You'll be all right. I'm gonna look sick. No, you're not. Trust me. You will not look sick. Let's continue.
Women generally don't apologize. They can't be wrong. They won't admit when they got something wrong. And because of this, men just feel like that they are always having to take accountability. If he does anything wrong, then she's always going to say something. She's always going to go off. He's always got to apologize. But if he says something about what she did, it's going to become an hours-long conversation just in hopes that she'll finally acknowledge she did something wrong and that she won't move the goalpost further and further to turn it back on him. If you've done wrong to a man, apologize.
Dear Black women, y'all should apologize. And I'm not saying you apologize because Black men haven't been wrong. You apologize because you're acknowledging you've done wrong too. You've done wrong too. You've been wrong too. It hasn't just been Black men. You've been wrong too. Now the responsibility rests on Adam, because Adam was supposed to lead. So Black men get the brunt of responsibility because their job is to lead, and they failed. However, when they were failing, you all were supposed to stand in the gap and hold him accountable and hold him to the same standard. Not let him sleep on the couch. Not let him be a deadbeat. So I guess what I'm saying is you should have never had a child with a deadbeat guy. That's what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Man, stop sleeping with overweight women. When you keep sleeping with them, you let them know that they could just give the bare minimum and don't take accountability for their weight, right? So they just get bigger and bigger because they know there's somebody out there willing to go to Pound Town with them. But if you starve them out and they're unable to find a man, I bet you they'll get in shit.
Look, skinny bitch. Look at him. Look at him. See, a skinny bitch is a confused bitch. Hey, bitch, you hungry. Fuck up your thinking. And walk your skinny ass in the middle of my motherfucking show. Eat something. I don't like that bitch.
The woman in this video,
Stop sleeping with overweight women.
she said, men, stop sleeping with overweight women. That's another problem. The problem, a big problem is that Black men don't have any standards. And because they don't have any standards, black women don't really have any incentive to abandon the Eve diet. If you think about it, black men will accept them as feminists and overweight. Why would she change? Black men will accept black women as a feminist and being overweight. So why would she change? What's her incentive to change if you're going to accept her at her worst? So this woman said, men, stop sleeping with them. And I say it too, stop. Because men set the standards. And because you all are so thirsty and desperate and will sleep with anything, you all have ruined the market. Now you have obese women calling shots. Now, if you ask me where all this came from, just go read the 10 Commandments. If you want to know where all this came from, just go to Genesis chapter 3. Let's continue.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Look at my beautiful backyard. I'm just enjoying it on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. Look at my beautiful outfit from Fashion Nova. My beautiful hair. My beautiful watch. My beautiful pink heels. My beautiful Chanel bag.
I'm going to play it again. Tell me what you notice.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Look at my beautiful backyard. I'm just enjoying it on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. Look at my beautiful outfit from Fashion Nova. My beautiful hair. My beautiful watch. My beautiful pink heels. My beautiful Chanel bag.
So now this woman, this is that Vicky girl. But I want you to see what she's doing. And now she subscribes to black culture. So I add her to this live. And again, today's title is The Eve Diet and the Fall of the Black Woman. I will add Vicky in that too, because culturally she aligns with black women. But she claims to be a God-fearing woman. And you see what she's doing with this outfit. Now, she got paid to wear this outfit. So what she tried to do was she tried to do what most black women do and most worldly women do, is that they try to play both sides of the fence. So I'm going to show my body to get this money from Fashion Nova, but then I'm also going to give God thanks and hold the Bible in my hand. Now, you're going to tell me she's just young and naive. No. She meant well. No. This is called being wicked. This is called being evil. Because you know what you're doing is wrong. But you're trying to hide behind the word of God and saying things like you're giving thanks to God. This is the modern woman right here. This is the Western woman. And most of them do this. You look at most content creators that claim to be godly women, go look at their page. Most of them do this, showing their body off. Because think about it, they still want to get married. They still want to have a man, but they don't believe that doing it God's way is going to work. Because the type of man they want isn't really going to be a God-friend. The reason why they do this is because they know that the type of man that they really want isn't a godly man. The type of guy they're attracted to isn't a godly man. So they have to still be desirable and be able to attract an ungodly man while at the same time trying to maintain a godly woman image. This is most women that are in the church that are single. Definitely. Definitely. But this girl, I'm going to play it one more time. You can just hear what she's saying to let you know how evil and wicked this really is.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Look at my beautiful backyard. I'm just enjoying it on this beautiful day that the Lord has made. Look at my beautiful outfit from Fashion Nova. My beautiful hair. My beautiful watch. My beautiful pink heels. My beautiful Chanel bag.
Yep. That is the typical modern day godly woman. And that's regardless of color. That's regardless of color. Let's see how the older black women act.
Looking all good for? For me or you?
For myself.
You think you could share something with me?
Share what?
Your name? Or you gonna hurt my feelings, huh?
How old are you?
I'm rated M for mature.
No. How old
Listen. That just mean I'm supposed to keep you young, that's it.
Is that what that means? I have an 18-year-old.
Listen, that's not scaring me.
How many children do you have?
I don't have none. Miss Detective.
I am a detective.
Thinking she grown because you a little tattooed. How many tattoos you got?
17.
Do they taste good?
I've never tasted them.
Right. Somebody gotta find out.
Oh, do we? You still don't even know my name.
You finna bless me with it?
I'm gonna give it to you.
What is this?
Hey, what's it?
Okay, my name is Gavin, my fault. My name is Gavin.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna hit you up, okay?
Okay.
All right.
It doesn't, now listen, it doesn't matter the age. From about 18 years old to about 60, they all think the same way. That's what the Eve diet does. They all think the same way. They start getting some sense when that estrogen starts decreasing. When the estrogen starts decreasing, then they start to get more logical. But you see, she said she had an 18-year-old. She's talking to a guy in his 20s, and she just is flattered and enamored. Says she got 17 tattoos, and somebody put in there that's 17 demons. It is 17 spirits she got to deal with. Still silly. Still ain't learned nothing. She's at least, let's just guess, she's in her late 30s. Could be early 40s, but at least late 30s. Mid to late 30s. Today's title is The Eve Diet and the Fall of the Black Woman. Now listen, it's not really, y'all think he got some game. It ain't really game if the woman is silly. Let me tell y'all something. It only counts if the woman is about something. We're talking about having some real game and some real G. It only counts if the woman is about something. If she's silly and loose, it don't count. Because the game was designed to get the best out of the game. So you're supposed to use your game to get the best woman. Not use your game to get all the other foot dragons running around here. No. Your game was supposed to be used to get the best woman because the game was supposed to do what? Elevate. Game is about elevation. So why are you using your game to get these raggedy women? That don't count. Show me your game really works while you getting a woman that's about something. Then I believe you got some game. But getting a woman in the mall that's in her mid to late 30s and silly, that ain't nothing. That's easy. That's actually easy. That's actually easy. Neek said, women that date extremely younger men usually slow or have some kind of mental illness. And guess what, Tierra? He gonna get a sugar mama too. Don't think he ain't. He gonna listen, he got her. I can tell you now. He got her. I'm gonna tell you what's sad about most black women. I'm gonna be real with you. Most black women are very, very superficial, meaning they put extra stock into appearance. I'm not saying all women don't. I'm saying that black women put an extra level of stock into their appearance. You can get the average black woman by just complimenting her. As sad as it sounds, if you just compliment the average black woman, just compliment her, you can get her. I'm sorry, you can get her. Y'all can say that might be a cheat code. If If you want to get a black woman, compliment her. I guarantee you're gonna get her. You're gonna get her. And it's and again, most women like to be complimented. I'm saying that black women put extra stock into physical appearance. They do. That's why they make up 85% of the hair care and beauty market, but they make up 6% of the population. 85% of the hair care market, but only 6% of the population. That means that 15%, hold on, 15% of the hair care market is used by 94% of the women. I'm just saying. Black women will get their face beat. Somebody just said it. Black women will get their face beat, lashes done, nails done, hair done, everything in the face done, outfit done, but literally be 370 pounds. Literally. And there's a black man that's going to take it. Let's continue. And I love y'all, though. I love y'all.
These like middle-aged 40-year-old white Karens on the internet, like especially on Facebook or whatever, and they're like, look at a fat black girl, for example. She's wearing some shit that she definitely shouldn't be wearing, and then she's like, I'm so pretty and I'm so this and I'm a boss babe. And then you have these like Karens that will rush to her Facebook page and they will be like so overly complimentary.
Why do y'all keep putting music tracks behind when people are talking? Why do y'all do that? Gosh. Just let the man talk. Because he has something so good to say.
Of her. Look at your curvaceous beauty. You are a queen. You are so beautiful and so smart. And I'm like, where are we? Like, no, get to the gym. You're hideous. You're disgusting. You just ate an entire bucket of KFC.
Listen, man, they ain't eating KFC no more. You can forget that. They ain't even eating buckets no more, I don't think. I don't think folks still eat. Last folks I saw eating a bucket of KFC were some Koreans. A young lady I know, her and her husband, they run a smoothie shop at my gym, and her family was in town visiting, and they literally came to the gym, to the tables in front of the little smoothie shop, and they literally ate KFC, the whole family. Like it was a big, like they had it was a big deal. That was the last folks I saw eating some KFC. Some people they're actually from Korea. But I haven't actually seen any black folks eat a bucket of chicken. I'm trying to think. Not the bucket, maybe the box. Maybe the big box of chicken. I don't know. Okay, I've seen black folks eat large containers of chicken, but not a bucket. I ain't seen the bucket in a while. Let's continue. YouTube, please don't copyright the music you heard. Please don't.
Your people are looking at you.
What is this?
People are looking at you. You have an obligation. Your people are looking at you. You have an obligation to your own black community to make sure we have our needs met. We put you in position to help us. This will definitely affect any elections going forward. I voted for Biden. I voted for Mayor Adams. It's time for action. Your people are looking at you. You have an obligation to your own black community to make sure we have our needs met. We put you in position to help us. This will definitely affect any elections going forward. I voted for Biden. I voted for Mayor Adams. It's time for action.
Y'all do it to yourselves. You all do it to yourselves. You all do it to yourselves. You all, Quay said, I don't even have an appetite for anything greasy. Let's continue. I don't know where this is, but again, today's title is The Eve Diet and the Fall of the Black Woman. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Not hate it. Celebrate it and elevate it. And that's not AI. I wish it was. That is not AI. I wish that was. There's a whole movement behind them big girls run on the beach. That's a whole thing over there. I think it's in Africa. But it's a whole thing with them big women on the beach running with they. Yeah. Let's continue. And again, I love y'all. They don't love you, but I do. They don't love you, but I do. I'm gonna ask you all a question. I'm gonna put an image up. What's the difference between Sexy Red and Rosa Parks? Miss Cat Sinclair said, I wear a sweater in the summer because I have a gut. No, you know what you should do? You should let the stomach hang out so you can feel bad enough to want to lose it. Stop, don't cover it up. Let the stomach hang out so you can see people looking at your stomach when they're talking to you. You saying good morning, they like this, good morning. Let your stomach hang out so that you'll be motivated to get rid of it. Because covering it up, you're not going to be motivated to get rid of it. Let your stomach hang so all the world can see it. But my question is, what is the difference between Sexy Red and Rosa Parks? And the answer is nothing. There is no difference between Sexy Red and Rosa Parks. Why? Because the end result of both of them is a destruction of the Black community. Rosa Parks, communist. Sexy Red, working for the propaganda machine. They both had the same end goal, to destroy the Black community. You got Rosa Parks being rebellious, sitting on the bus, being a communist and a feminist, working for the NAACP, staging a sit-in protest on the bus. It's all fake and orchestrated. It wasn't organic. Her husband had a car. He could have picked her up from work. She could have drove to work. It's all cap. And you got Sexy Red just portraying the glorified and glamorized the prostitute, stripper, low value, low character, Black woman, celebrating and promoting that. Both of these women have been horrible for the Black community. Both of these women, both movements they're a part of, have been detrimental to the Black community. But yet, people will look at these two women and see something different. They'll hold, well, ironically, both of these women are held to a high standard. Ironically, people would say they are totally different, but they're both held in high regard by Black women. Rosa Parks is held in high regard, and so is Sexy Red. maybe even more so Sexy Red. But the intent behind both of these women, who they are, the Rosa Parks image and the Sexy Red image, they both lead to destruction for black people. Because in them both, we see the feminism, we see the communism, we see the Marxism, we see the propaganda, we see the program, we see all that within both of them. But let's continue. Let's continue.
They're getting cheated on while they're in the hospital. I'm just being honest.
That's real. And I don't understand how they don't know that. We all see it. And man, we've done it. We've let you know. No, I'm not looking for nothing serious. My question to you, who's the head of your household?
My husband absolutely is.
Are men and women equal?
No.
Are men superior to women?
Absolutely.
See, this is what I'm saying. You got to come with a spirit like this, because if you don't, men can smell it. And we're going to treat you a certain way. These are the characteristics that a woman needs in order for a man. I tell you guys this all of the time. Do you know 2 to 3 most precious things that a man has is his bachelor status? This is why we tell women, if a man marries you, do you have any clue how blessed you are? What an honor it is. A man's bachelor status is his everything. Do you know what we get to do when we're bachelors? We get to be responsible for only our lives. We get to make decisions that only impact us. We don't have.
I mean, this guy has some good content. I mean, of course, he's a great value, Kevin Samuels, but this guy still he does a pretty good job. He does a pretty good job.
Have to worry about somebody wondering are we doing something and starting argument. We are argument free for that time. Listen, we get to dress a certain way. We get to have I always tell people, a man's apartment is supposed to tell a woman the moment she walks in it who he is. And believe it or not, men love that. We love having our, sometimes we're messy, but we love having, our homes the way when a woman comes in, it's like, okay, I see. And she's probably going to go tell her girlfriends, right? When a man agrees to give all of that up, you must be special. Because I just gave up something special for you. Do you disagree with that?
I do not disagree.
Okay, so when men give up that very, very priceless thing, why aren't they getting the respect that they deserve for it?
Yes, Pamela. The Bible says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and he obtains favor from the Lord. Never said a woman finds a man is blessed. Right. It's for, so in other words, again. God created woman for man. The purpose of a woman is to be a helpmate for a man. That's why she was created. So when Adam is the one that said that a man is going to leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife. Adam said this. Adam is the one that spoke where the man is to go and to find his wife. So again, yes, it is out of order for a woman to be looking for a man. It is. Because patience is a virtue for a reason. That means a patient woman is a virtuous woman. Hounding a man about getting married is not going to make him marry you. And if he does marry you under duress, it's not going to be a good marriage. It's not going to be fruitful. The man should come and he should want to marry you. I'm not even saying that the man should come to you, happy and go lucky to even marry you. I think the man should really marry you from a non-emotional standpoint. He should marry you out of necessity, out of honoring God and necessity. It should be no emotion involved in it. He should look at you and say, you know what? With this woman right here, I can go conquer the world. With this woman right here, I can go climb the highest mountain, go to the highest peak. There should be no emotion involved. With this woman right here, she will allow me to put my best foot forward and give God my best. It's not an emotional decision. This woman right here will bring the best out of me. She motivates me the most. That's how a man should be approaching marriage. Not this, oh, I'm in love and oh, she look good. No, it ain't gonna work. It needs to be a very, almost like a business-like decision. I see value in this woman and I want her in my life. In fact, I see value in this woman and I want to guide for her. I want to guide her. I want to provide for her. And I want to assume the responsibility with this woman. I want to protect her. That's how a man should approach marriage. No, non-emotional, very practical. It ain't deep. It ain't spiritual. I heard guys say, man, when I saw her, when I laid eyes on her, I said, man, that's my wife. You know how many guys I heard say that and still cheat on his wife? Do you know how many guys I heard say when he laid eyes on a woman, he said, that's my wife, and still cheated on her? That's why marriage shouldn't be an emotional decision, even for a woman. You should be saying yes for the same reasons I said for the man. You should be saying, this man right here, I want to lead me. This man, I want to guide me. This man, I want to protect me. This man, I want to submit to. That's what you all should be saying. It should be a non-emotional decision. It ain't got to be deep.
It's me again at 1 a.m, and I'm thinking about how it says in God's word that women will always want to have dominion over a man, but man will always rule over his women. And I think about how all these women in my comments be saying, oh, we're trying to fight the patriarchy, we're trying to fight the patriarchy, and you're trying to go 10 steps back. You're never going to fight the patriarchy. You're never going to win. You're always going to find a million things to be unhappy about and feel inferior because your physical flesh knows it's inferior. It knows it. No matter what you try to do, no matter what point you try to prove, your spiritual being inside, your physical flesh knows that it is inferior to man. Therefore, no matter what man gives you, you will never be satisfied.
Play that one more time for y'all in the back. One more time.
Y'all, it's me again at 1 a.m, and I'm thinking about how it says in God's word that women will always want to have dominion over a man, but man will always rule over his women. And I think about how all these women in my comments be saying, oh, we're trying to fight the patriarchy, we're trying to fight the patriarchy, and you're trying to go 10 steps back. You're never going to fight the patriarchy. You're never going to win. You're always going to find a million things to be unhappy about and feel inferior because your physical flesh knows it's inferior. It knows it. No matter what you try to do, no matter what point you try to prove, your spiritual being inside, your physical flesh knows that it is inferior to man. Therefore, no matter what man gives you, you will never be satisfied.
She said, no matter what man gives you, you will never be satisfied. You know why you won't be satisfied? Because you know it's not real. You can get all the equality you want, all the women's rights you want, all the abortion you want. You can get a matriarchy. You can get all of these things, communism and socialism. You can get all of it. But deep down inside, you know it's not real. And deep down inside, you know that that man is the superior vessel than you. I didn't say he was more valuable. I said he was more superior. I didn't say he had more worth. I said he was more superior than you, and you know it. and she's 1,000% correct. You all will never be satisfied. Men tomorrow can give y'all the world, and in one day, you will be begging to be back in the patriarchy. In one day, 24 hours. Let's continue.
Some women got upset in my comments because I said that men are the superior gender and women are inferior to man, which is what makes women very angry because their flesh knows that they are inferior, and that is why they will never be satisfied no matter what man gives them, no matter what movements they fight on their behalf. No matter how many rights they get, they will always find something to feel inferior to man about because of the spiritual battle that is going on within yourself. Inferior also, the definition doesn't mean that men don't respect you. It means that you are lower in rank or ability. And we see that with the physical strengths men have. And someone had also commented, we're not inferior, we're secondary, lower in rank. Now, although I say that I'm inferior does not mean I don't have any value. A tree, God would be considered the roots of the tree, and it pulls water and feeds the tree. The tree trunk grows mighty and strong and cannot be easily moved. It can take all of the pressure. Women are the fruit that grows out of that tree. What is fruit? It is delicate, it is more vulnerable, it is sweet, and it nourishes others. So just as it says for husbands to die for your wives, their meaning in life is to protect women and children with those abilities. And so I need man, and women give man meaning by needing their abilities to thrive in a safer environment, emotionally and physically, and to nourish the earth.
Do you hear what she just said? Now, you know women hate this woman, but you know what she just said? She said that I need my man's abilities. So, in other words, the man has abilities that are given to him by God. The man needs to use those abilities. That is what activates the man, is for him to be a man with the woman. So if you start denying the man his ability to be a man, there's going to be a problem, because a man needs to be a man. Play it again.
So of course, some women got upset in my comments because I said that men are the superior gender and women are inferior to man, which is what makes women very angry because their flesh knows that they are inferior, and that is why they will never be satisfied no matter what man gives them, no matter what movements they fight on their behalf. No matter how many rights they get, they will always find something to feel inferior to man about because of the spiritual battle that is going on within yourself. Inferior also, the definition doesn't mean that men don't respect you. It means that you are lower in rank or ability. And we see that with the physical strengths men have. And someone had also commented, we're not inferior, we're secondary, lower in rank. Now, although I say that I'm inferior does not mean I don't have any value. A tree, God would be considered the roots of the tree, and it pulls water and feeds the tree. The tree trunk grows mighty and strong and cannot be easily moved. It can take all of the pressure. Women are the fruit that grows out of that tree. What is fruit? It is delicate, it is more vulnerable, it is sweet, and it nourishes others. So just as it says for husbands to die for your wives, their meaning in life is to protect women and children with those abilities. And so I need man, and women give man meaning by needing their abilities to thrive in a safer environment, emotionally and physically, and to nourish the earth.
So what she said was, men need to be needed by a woman. Men need to be needed by a woman. Now you see why what Black women have done has been so detrimental, because what they've done is they've removed the need for a man. The highest single mother rate, the highest abortion rate, the highest STD rate, the highest rates of divorce, the least married, All of this is a combination. It all comes together because the black woman convinced herself that she didn't what? She didn't need a man. To get more technical, she doesn't need the abilities of a man. And so a man needs to be needed. Even if you can open the jar of olives, maybe just ask your honey, can you open this for me? Because he needs that. Baby, can you do this? Because he needs it. I didn't say nag the man. I said that the man needs to be needed. And y'all can tell she's married. I mean, y'all can tell she's married. I mean, you don't get that kind of wisdom. No, you can tell she's married. And she married to a good man, got a good father. Like you can tell because she's speaking from her spirit. Ain't no playing. She ain't like Woe is Vicky. She's speaking from her spirit. But men need to be needed. Men need to be needed.
So since a lot of people are confused how I came to the conclusion that it's God over man, man over woman, woman over children based off chromosomes, I will explain shortly in this video. So because men can contribute an X or a Y to a fertilized egg, but women can only contribute an X, that means they're determining who's going to be who in society. That is crazy. Whether you're going to be a man or a woman in this world is up to the daddy. God is the creator of all things, of all life, of this universe. And then he created man in his image and his likeness. From man, he had both chromosomes X and Y, and pulled from him was woman. And then from women, she is the portal to life for the children. Just got deeper into thought, y'all. So this is the way it was supposed to look. God created man, and man pulled out woman from man, extension of him. That is why he is supposed to be the leader and tell her her role, because he knows, because it was extracted out of him. Do you guys understand? And the guidance and the clarity that my mind has, where I have peace, emotional regulation, biblical wisdom, marital advice, all came from man or God. If I listen to women, they're typically wives or had strong male leaders. And that is how you know that's supposed to be the order of things. God pours into man, man pours into women, and then women pour into the children from what they've learned from men, that men have learned from God. Thank you.
Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. So this is how important it is for man to not be alone. Because man being alone throws off God's divine order. Man being alone throws off God's divine order, because God's divine order is man, is God, man, woman, and child. The reflection of God on this earth is the family, the mother, the father, the mother, and the child. That is the reflection that we have of God. We are made, think about it, we are made in God's image. Think about the order: God, man, woman, child. So when man is alone, God's divine order is thrown off. Now, I'm not saying that we cannot represent God, but if we are truly, truly, truly representing God, then that is with the man, the woman, and the child. Because we know that when the man and woman get married, the two do what? They become one flesh. Imagine God doing the separation and then man and woman coming back together spiritually. It's really a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing. But the problem is that you can't even value what God has created for us because you want to be a boss chick. You can't even value what God has created because you want to be a queen. You can't even value what God has created because you want to be a goddess. You can't even value what God has created because you don't have any humility and you got pride. What man that's a righteous man, ladies, is not going to honor you? He's going to honor you. If y'all got one piece of chicken in the house, who's he going to say eat the chicken? If you all have one piece of chicken in the house, y'all got one piece of chicken left in the house, what do you think he's going to do? He going to say, baby, you eat this. I'm going to be good. Y'all got one car. He going to say, baby, I'll either take the train to work or you can drop me off at work. The righteous man is going to honor you, ladies. He's going to try to make your life as easy and stress-free as possible. That means when he buys a new car, you got a new car. I guarantee you meet a guy and I'm giving a scenario, but let's say he got some nice cars. He got a nice car. I guarantee he's going to let you drive his car. I know it. It's in his nature to do it. He can't even sleep at night knowing that you struggling and he's good. He ain't going to do it. He can't do it. He can't do it. So again, they lied to you all. They lied to y'all. They lied and said that the patriarchy was oppressing women, and it's a lie. Because we see now that the more the patriarchy goes away, the worse society gets. The more dangerous society gets. The more volatile society gets. The more vulnerable women become. The more at risk women are.
Okay, so since a lot of people are confused how I came to the conclusion that it's God over man, man over woman, woman over children based off chromosomes, I will explain shortly in this video. So because men can contribute an X or a Y to a fertilized egg, but women can only contribute an X, that means they're determining who's going to be who in society. That is crazy. Whether you're going to be a man or a woman in this world is up to the daddy. God is the creator of all things, of all life, of this universe. And then he created man in his image and his likeness. From man, he had both chromosomes X and Y, and pulled from him was woman. And then from women, she is the portal to life for the children. Just got deeper into thought, y'all. So this is the way it was supposed to look. God created man, and man pulled out woman from man, extension of him. That is why he is supposed to be the leader and tell her her role, because he knows, because it was extracted out of him. Do you guys understand? And the guidance and the clarity that my mind has, where I have peace, emotional regulation, biblical wisdom, marital advice, all came from man or God. If I listen to women, they're typically wives or had strong male leaders. And that is how you know that's supposed to be the order of things. God pours into man, man pours into women, and then women pour into the children from what they've learned from men, that men have learned from God. Thank you.
You said Leonarda Joni. I'm gonna look her up. Leonarda Joni. I never heard of her, but I will look her up. This young lady, I don't know her name, but just so much wisdom, so much clarity, and it's because I can just tell she's not rebellious. She's not rebellious. She has humility. She's not rebellious. She's first submits to God. Everything else gonna be a breeze. That's why I tell these women, y'all ladies, especially black women, go sit down somewhere, open that Bible up, read and pray. Pray and read. Read and pray. Pray and read. Fast and pray. Pray and read. Fast, read, and pray. So you guys can learn how to submit to God. I'm telling you all now that the man that you all need, he's going to sound like God. The reason why you all are offended because you don't read the Bible. You haven't submitted to God. That's why you get offended, because you haven't submitted to God. If you submit to God, the man will not offend you. In fact, you will love the man even more for wanting you to be at your best. On top of him wanting to be at your best, he's also going to guide, provide, protect, and assume responsibility during the entire process. During the entire process.
We're losing our men. Yeah, we're losing our men. I said it. And we're not losing our men because there's a shortage of men and them in jail or them gay or them married. No, we're losing our men because we're not treating.
I'm sorry. This young lady, her name is Jade Bell. And I actually follow her, but thank you for that, Janan TV. Jade Bell. Miss Bell, we appreciate you and we thank you a lot for your wisdom and your understanding and your courage to tell the truth to these wayward souls out here. Thank you so much.
Correctly. So therefore we're losing our men. Yeah, we're losing our men. I said it. And we're not losing our men because there's a shortage of men and them in jail or them gay or them married. No, we're losing our men because we're not treating them correctly. So therefore they're going to all other races. Yes. And those races know how to speak to our men. Those races know how to respect our men. So let me just tell you something. For all of you who are going to come to me now and come for me and say, I don't want them, you're this and you're that. I do not care. It matters not to me what you feel, because you're probably one of them who don't have a man either. So let me just tell you something. If we want to keep our men in our fold, in our community, you know, and build our blackness and our race, remember me told you something. Respect them. Stop emasculating them. Stop castrating them. Stop reminding them of what them do and what them do, because you are the things too. You understand? Remember me told you right now, say, we are losing our men. We are to all other races. And for my Jamaican people who are in Jamaica with our 98% black population, me not talk to Uno, because Uno sometimes go on like say Uno not travel, or the few that can, or the many that can, or whatever. Look at what is going on outside of Jamaica and you will see exactly what I'm talking about. We are losing men. I'm going to tell you something too. As soon as your man travel, what you think will happen? As soon as the son travels, what you think will happen? And just your friend travel, what you think will happen? Once they get used to another race and how they are treated and respected, what you think will happen? We need to do better as females, as women. And those women who are in marriages and you think it's solid, think again. If you not respect on a man. So remember I told you, right here, son, today, respect your man, if you want it.
Little old school wisdom right there. And she told the truth. And I said this before, that black women don't respect black men because they believe that they're better than black men. See, in order for you to respect something, you got to place it at a high position to respect it. And black women don't respect black men at all. Not saying they should in a lot of cases, but they don't. And so that bleeds over into everything when it comes to dealing with black men. It's why when black folks had to make up a term, black love, because they saw the writing on the wall. We got to create some propaganda behind this black family structure being told, okay, let's call it black love, y'all. Look how low the marriage rate is during black love, in the black love era. My grandparents never mentioned black love, ever. I never heard my grandparents even mention love, and they stayed married. How long? Till death did they part? How long did they stay married? Was it 60 years? So again, black women don't respect black men because deep down inside, they don't respect themselves. When they look in the mirror, they don't see something beautiful that God created. They don't. Black women are constantly comparing and measuring themselves to other women of all races. It's a very torturous existence. Instead of this black woman just sitting down, being still, reading that Bible, and understanding that your value comes from the fact that God created you and God has a purpose for you. That's where your value is. And then your value gets manifest through your husband. That's where your value is. Not in your hair, your nails, your lips, your breasts, your butt, none of that. Black women putting stock in their butt before they put stock in their purpose that God gave them. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Willie Doc said, I knew I found a good thing in my wife of 25 years. While dating, she said she would gladly take on my last name. Thanks for the Eve's teaching, Blanche. Listen, do you know what it would mean to a man if you ladies say that I would gladly take your last name? Do you know what it would mean to a man if you ladies tell this man that you would gladly take his? Do you know what that means to a man? My spirit is filling up with joy right now. If a woman told me I would gladly take your life, you know how that makes me feel happy now. Just the thought of it. Could you imagine? And the men know I'm telling the truth. Can you imagine all these women out here talking about what they ain't gonna do? The women say, I'll take your last name. That ain't not, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Congratulations, Willie. Congratulations, Prudence. Come on, man. UK the Joker, the UK 232. So it's safe to say that women will indulge in deeds as long as she's not alone with the consequences. 1,000% correct. 1,000% correct. So it's safe to say that women will indulge in deeds as long as she's not alone with the consequences. 1,000% correct. This is why women need constant leadership and constant guidance. Amen. UK the Joker. Thank you, Anthony, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cruise Missile. We ain't Cruise Missile no more. BC7824. Listen, his mama named him Cruise Missile. I'm gonna call him Cruise Missile. Thank you, Cruise Missile, for the super sticker, always supporting. And thank you again, Anthony, for the super sticker. Listen, y'all, that concludes part 2 of the Eve diet and the fall of the Black woman. But I want to leave off with some encouragement. A lot of you women are just a mindset away from being married. A lot of you women are just a mindset away from being married. Just changing your outlook and everything will change. I promise you. All you have to do is actually see yourself how God sees you. See that you are wonderfully and fearfully made. See that you are more than a conqueror. See that you are valuable in the eyes of God because God made you for a reason. Once you see that, now you can approach life differently. Now you know that you have some value and some worth. That means, guess what? Everybody doesn't get to have access to you. Everybody doesn't get to have access to you. If you are created to be a helpmate for your husband, then that means you need to preserve yourself for your husband. Pookie, Ray Ray, Jamal, Rashad, Umar, it's not your husband. Riza, not your husband. I'm sorry. Tariq, young Pharaoh, not your husband. So again, I'm telling you that you are valuable. Stop casting your pearls among swines. Listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in today. And I will see you all again on Thursday. Maybe Thursday or Friday. I don't know. Listen, I love y'all. I want y'all to have a blessed evening. Thank y'all.